On that same day in 98, Seinfeld is airing season 9, episode 20, The Puerto Rican Day. Penultimate episode, Jerry, George, Kramer, and Elaine get stuck in a standstill due to a massive Puerto Rican Day Parade. Hilarity ensues.
Was this episode banned, Steve?
It is banned from syndication because of the flag stomping.
That's crazy. It's even crazier that Kramer was the character.
Of all people, right? That's what I was thinking.
It was kind of apropos. Great episode, as always. It's crazy this is almost over. Yeah, I mean, like, literally, the next one is a compilation episode, and then I think the last episode's a two-parter, if I'm not
It's a
mistaken.
two-parter, yeah.
We start off on the road, of all places, not the diner, not Jerry's. The gang's coming back from a Mets game. Jerry's a little disappointed that they had to leave early, but the Mets were getting destroyed. Everybody wanted to leave. George is kind of hungry, which Elaine's shocked because I guess he was just pounding food at the ballpark, Steve. As you should.
All the non-digestibles. And they try to make an exit, but it's blocked off. They move along in the freeway, but now there's a guy that's boxing them out. He's in a maroon Golf. Kramer helps him out. He's like, all right, man, I'll let you know when. And then he ends up veering the guy out. So now the guy's pissed in the maroon Golf. And he rushes up to the side of Jerry and he starts flicking him off. So Kramer's like, hey, let's moot him. So him and Elaine are like, hey, man, if that's all it takes to see Elaine's ass, then yeah, I'll flick all of y'all off.
Yeah, double. I'll go Stone Cold Steve Austin on that. That's great. Maroon Golf got at least half of an eyeful, Steve. We cut to just New York traffic now. They're off the freeway. George is talking about seeing this movie called Hindenburg. It's a movie about the Hindenburg, Steve. I mean, we all know it's like it's like Titanic. During his viewing in the theater, George got off a zinger right at like the climax where the Hindenburg blows up, and he threw out a "That's gotta hurt" just at that perfect time. And we've all been there, Steve, where there's just moments in a movie where that happens where it's just perfect. It's perfect comedy.
And it killed in this instance. Now they're slowed down. They're thinking like, man, what's up with all these flags? It's Puerto Rican Parade Day. So Kramer, he was out of the car. He had to hop out for a second, and then he hops back into a convertible, thinking it's Jerry and the gang, but it's an actual Puerto Rican family. Like,
this is our parade. I'm sorry, Puerto Rican people. Yeah, Steve, there's mucho traffic in New York. As they're stuck in traffic, George is kind of bubbling up a little bit, figuratively and literally, because of those baseball park nachos. They're really just giving him the business. So he keeps mentioning that. I mean, it's gridlock, Steve. Traffic ain't moving, but Kramer's eagle-eyeing it, and he sees like this weird alleyway that's up ahead. They got to get over, but it seems open. There's the exit point. So they center in on that. But unfortunately, as they're trying to inch through traffic, Jerry gets blocked, Steve, and it's a familiar car. It's a familiar face. It's none other than Maroon Golf himself. And he's feeling a little shitty about what happened on the freeway. Still a little burned up about it.
where you going, Black Sob? I'm sorry to have cut you off, but Elaine, she's had enough. She's feeling nauseous. So she hops out, and George, he looks at this as an opportunity to go to the movies. The cinema's right there. He's like, you know what? I'm going to watch that movie again. Just for that stupid little line. But dude, it's no different than what you do.
Yeah, dude, he's got a zinger, Steve. Why not? I guess got to point out, me and my buddy Aaron went to a movie one time, and this is just an example of this perfect moment. Somebody at the end of an X-Men movie that sucked, an old black lady at like the culminating moment went, just like that, and loud as fuck, and everybody laughed. So it's a moment you always want. So yeah, I mean George is on his way to just kill his show, Steve, just like Jerry does. But we cut to Elaine in a taxi. Just got to point out a cameo. I believe the driver of the taxi was a sheriff in Sons of Anarchy, if I'm not mistaken. He has a very signature burnt face look. Looks like he was in a fire of some kind.
The Edward James Olmos skin.
A little bit. It's just weird looking. Elaine's just struggling. She wants to get home. It's a Sunday. Traffic is screwed. She's like going back and forth with this taxi driver, And finally, she's like, "Look, man, like I'm done. Like I can walk faster than this." So she pays the guy, gets out in a huff, starts walking, but immediately traffic picks up again. So she's chasing the taxi down, and you can kind of see where this is going, Steve. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, because she gets back in the car and it stops, stand still in traffic. So she gets back out like, man, F this. I'm going to race this. I'm going to foot race this car. But the cab just takes off. So now we're in the theater. George sits down next to some ladies and he's trying to flirt. And it's just like, give me away. Someone they notice has a laser pointer on the screen and the girls are giddy. It's like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing ever. The sense of humor is so attractive, more than looks or hair.
And George is just sitting there like, got a zinger waiting, and then he's got to be patient. That's part of comedy. But he does notice that guy going out to get a couple of snacks. So he follows Laser Guy out, gets up behind him. He's like, "Dude, are you that guy with the funny laser pointer? That's great, man. That laser pointer's great." And the he's a comedian, man. He's like, "Laser pointer's not funny. I'm the comedic genius."
Yeah. I understand that, but like, hey man, I have this zinger I want to try. So if you could give me a little window, a small window to try out my zinger. He's just like, dude, whatever. We cut back to Jerry and Kramer. The traffic sucks, still not moving. So Kramer suggests that they leave the car there. Say you had it stolen. You can get another car.
To make matters worse, Jerry's listening to the Mets game they left, and they're making an insane comeback as they're sitting in traffic. So Kramer does have a point. I think for a second Jerry does contemplate. He's like, actually, is that legit? Because Kramer's going down all the details, but it's Kramer. It's like, okay, I think he just made that up. So Jerry's finally like, I'm not abandoning the car. And then we cut back to the theater, and the laser guy is a hit, Steve. He's hitting the boobs. He's hitting all the marks. Everyone's loving this. Finally, we get to the explosion scene. George throws out his signature line. That's gotta hurt. Flops. Crickets, Steve. Even people actually look at him like he's a freak. And
Dead
then,
silent.
yeah, obviously he's a craftsman, Steve. He can't stand that these uncultured idiots can't understand real comedy. And he's like, "You think this laser pointer guy is something? He's a prop comic. I'm coming with the goods."
As he says that, the laser pointer's on his head now, and everybody's laughing at him. Hey, look, it's on the bald guy's head.
I love that one lady's just like, "I am so glad that laser pointer guy came to the show."
Yeah.
People are just loving it, Steve. Cut back to traffic. Jerry kind of figures out this way to make peace with Maroon Golf. Kramer's like, "Dude, just like, do one of these, like, where you're just like sympathizing with each other." So he does it. The guy, Maroon Golf, while he is surly, he respects it. So he's like, whatever, that's enough. So there's an agreement here. It's enough to appease this guy. And he agrees to just back his car up because that's all he needed to do. Luckily, George shows up just in time for them to leave. He's still reeling from his failure on center stage at the movie theater. He's pissed. Then as he's getting in, Jerry and Kramer notice the laser pointer's now he's being followed, Steve. He's being stalked.
It's that laser pointer. As they're pulling the corner, Jerry, he just says, sorry, not sorry. See you around, Maroon Golf. I'm glad I cut you off. Black Sob rules.
Pulls through into freedom, and as soon as he gets into that gap, traffic just comes in. And to make matters worse, it's spearheaded by Elaine's taxi, which stops there. Elaine's out. She leaves taxi guy just stuck. And even he's like, "You're going to leave now? You leave me stranded?" And like, "Now I just have to sit in traffic. Thanks a lot, bitch."
We were almost out. Maroon Golf guy, he's like, wait, your girlfriend blocked you out? It's like, I'm not his girlfriend. Well, we used to date, but look, he doesn't need to know all that. Oh, so you used to date. So I guess you found out he was a jackass. Jackass.
Pulls a little Happy Gilmore, man, on him. And meanwhile, Kramer and George are just enjoying some churros, Steve, because if I'm stuck in traffic at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, that's exactly where I'm going. churros out of a brown paper bag. It's one of the most delicious treats in LA that you can get. So I can only imagine. George is just kind of in his head because Laser Guy, he's not letting up. This thing's all day. And Kramer's like, man, are you worried about like being blinded by that? And George really had never thought of it. So now he's ultra scared that he's going to be blinded by this laser.
Your whole eyeball could blow up like the Death Star. Jerry's like, man, I'm about to go get some soda or something. Hey, jackass, get me a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Okay. I like that they're still like, they're being civil to each other, Steve. So now we're at the parade itself. Elaine's just trying to find a way home. She's got to do it. So they're blocking the street. She's got to cross. There's no way to cross it. As she's kind of like just being angry at life, she looks over to the where the people are watching the parade, the rafters, whatever you want to call
Bleachers.
it. Bleachers. There you go, Steve. Couldn't remember it. And she realizes there's like this little gap in the tarp that's almost like a secret tunnel to freedom, Steve. And she notices it, and then she starts talking to all the people around her. She's like, guys, we got to pass to freedom. Let me lead you to freedom. She's got a regular freedom train going, Steve, to cross Fifth.
Yeah, they go under the bleachers, and Kramer, he has to use the restroom bad, and there are no public restrooms around. So, thinking on his toes, he sees this leasing sign for an apartment.
He's going to buy this place, so got to have a bathroom, Steve.
So, he poses as a wealthy industrialist, Mr. Pennypacker. I'm looking for a place for my unusual habits and the women I frequent with.
I sell men like me every day. He just keeps saying weird stuff, but he gets that bathroom, Steve. This is a nice little Kramer moment. It pays off. So he's using a bathroom in a luxurious, weird-looking apartment. Cut to Elaine's freedom train under the bleachers, and she's got a bunch of people following her. There's trash everywhere. There's beer falling on them. There's also some hot goss because there's this pregnant lady that she finds out doesn't have a husband. So that becomes the talk of the back of the line where she's like, do you realize this chick is just committing a sin, a mortal sin, guys?
Right after she tells her, I respect that. There's a priest down there with them, too. He can't proceed because he's got a bad hip. Leave me if you must. All right, well, take it easy.
Father O'Gimpy over there.
Yeah. We cut back to George, and now he has sunglasses. But the laser returns. And Jerry asks, like, man, what if the laser gets in between the sides? Then it'll still blind you.
Just keep bouncing back and forth, just getting more intense.
It's in your eye now.
I mean, George is going to kill himself, Steve. One laser pointer, I didn't realize could just drive a man to insanity.
And then Kramer appears wrapped in the Puerto Rican flag. He's like, dude, where were you? I was watching the game. Where? And then the next scene, we cut to Jerry. He's in that same apartment, and he is Del Varnson.
And the lady mentions like some other guy was in here because he's just sitting there enjoying the game, asking for snacks. And she's like, I must warn you, there's been other people looking at this apartment. And he mentions Pennypacker. She's like, oh, you're aware of him? He's like, yes, unfortunately I am. So we got a little apartment bidding war going on, Steve, but nobody's going to buy it.
Cut back to George. He's like, I see the laser guy. That's him. I'm going to sneak up on him. Now back to the bleachers, and they realize it's a dead end. It's like, dude, we can't go on like this. There's a guy that just like strangles her or whatever.
Oh, he starts making out with her.
Yeah, he's like, they slap each other and then they start making out. And then Elaine calls for help. She's yelling at the top of her lungs, and like they hear her from the other side of the bleachers. They lift up one of the seats, and they just look like some refugees.
Yeah, they're like, please help us. And everyone's like, what's going on here? And she's like, we just want to cross the street somehow. And I love the cops like, can't cross the street here. And then it's like a Christmas Story. They just put the thing back on and, out of sight, out of mind, Steve. Those aren't my refugees.
Typical cop shit. Now George, he sees the guy who he thinks has the laser pointer. He creeps up on him, takes his pen, breaks it, and ink explodes all over his hands. He's like, oh. The guy laughs at him. He's like, oh, you think that's funny? No, that's not funny. What's funny is that laser pointed at your head.
Salama! I love everyone that when they see the laser, they don't just mention it to George. They're like, this laser pointer guy is hilarious. He is a laugh riot.
Yeah,
Everyone just loves it.
he's a George Carlin over here. Now Kramer, he's talking to Maroon Golf, and he's trying to get him into the Puerto Rican Day spirit. Like, hey man, ease off, trying to talk him off the ledge. And then the guy, he starts smiling. He's like, see, now that's the spirit. It was like, man, what's that smell? He turns around and the Puerto Rican flag is burning. So he takes it out of the car and starts stomping on it. And then I don't know if they're supposed to be homosexual, but like they're recurring guests, like some recurring, like effeminate thugs, and they're like, he's stomping on the Puerto Rican flag. You know what day this is? Come on,
You know
we
what
all know
day
it.
this is, homie?
Because we know what day it is. Maybe we should stomp you like you stomped the flag.
That's not very nice. Like the white guys are just like, that's not very nice. Didn't they like get into a tussle because of the armoire? Wasn't that one of the
That,
episodes?
that's what it was. Yep. I was trying to figure out. Yep.
Yeah. So Kramer's like, hey guys, hey, oh. And then he bolts, Steve. And sure, he can't fight. You can't fight that rough Puerto Rican guy and his gay lover. They're ready to tussle.
Mel Gibson would put it, it's a whole pack of Puerto Ricans following him. And George, now he's in the apartment as Art Vandelay, his alias. Now it's like the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. Oh, Mr. Vandelay. Oh, Mr. Pennypacker. Oh, Barnson.
So they're stuck in a little Mexican standoff. But then as Jerry is like kind of clocking that everyone he was with is not with his car, he realizes his car has been completely left unattended. So he runs to a window, looks out, and his car's being destroyed, Steve. I mean, at least mobbed up a little bit, bounced up. I don't know what's going on, but he's not happy.
Kramer even addresses him by his real name because he's like, so who's at the factory? The Saab factory. That's in Sweden, Jerry.
We cut to the credits. We see that Jerry's Saab has basically been pushed into the entryway of like a basement apartment. It's vertical, Steve. It's not parked as much as it's been strewn to the side of the road. But Jerry's like, well, remember where I parked, and even puts his little security alarm on just to be sure. It's New York, Steve.
And Elaine shows up and she's like, you know what? I like to unwind on a Sunday.
She looks like she was in a tornado. And as they're talking, Maroon Golf, still in the area, shows up, stops. He just wants to say hi one last time, Steve. And Jerry actually is like, well, at least he didn't say jackass. And the guy throws a quick jackass on him, too. And it's real Happy Gilmore level jackassery. He's like, jackass. It sounds like a guy.
Looks like the building cut you off, jackass. You know who that guy is? He was in Pootie Tang. He was one of the guys in the crew. He was the idiot that would always repeat whatever was said. And you know what? Pootie Tang kicks some ass too. He's that guy.
Well, he's hilarious. Maroon Golf, I don't know if he ever shows up again, but he's great. And as just like the period to this episode, they turn around and we see on George's ass, the laser pointer guy is still going crazy on him. So I love that.
Laser pointer.
Just so glad this laser pointer guy showed up to my show.